This is my dream I had. So I'm at my old house, the high school dream. It's the high school dream again. I'm in my house. My friend's there talking to my mom. I don't know why my friend Candace is there, but she is. She goes out to get in the car. We're going to go to school. I go out the door, say something to my mom. I go out the door. There's a lion laying in the doorway, like outside. And I look at it. I mean, it's small. It's not like a large lion. It's a fucking lion, you know? And it must be like, I think there was a time there was a dog on the front door. There's just a dog, just a neighborhood dog just decided it wanted to come in here. So it just posted up by the door. Was sitting out there. Like if you don't have a dog and you open your door and the dog is just fucking at your front door, I think that's happened in the neighborhood. I don't know. I don't fucking know, but I think it has because I double take looking at the dog, at the lion to see. But no, it's a lion, but it was the size of like one of those little dogs. Not a real little dog, but I mean like a small dog. It wasn't a large fucking lion. It was about the size of like a big cat, a big small cat. But it was like gold colored lion. I mean normal, yellow, whatever you want to call that fucking color they are. So I go and get in the car, and the car is a circle. It's a circle, and you can't see out of the windshield, but like a crack. And it's like trying to go out to the street. All of that was just wonky. It was just fucking like bumper cars. Like you like trying to get out of there, and I mean you can't even control the car. Like you push the gas, and it's gonna keep going, and then when you hit the brake, it's gonna slowly begin to stop. So it doesn't even work right. You can't even drive it. It's very frustrating. And it starts raining. It starts storming. There's lightning. She's in the car. I don't know what she's doing. She's probably putting on her makeup. Who knows? That's why I can see that because she's like not even watching. This car is going in circles. It is like doing this shit and fucking what's that? You know. So I get out onto the road. Now I'm out at the road. I'm out of the neighborhood. I'm gonna get on the road. Now it's thundering and lightning. And if I can get this car to line up and go straight, like I have to line like the wheels, the car turns around on where the wheels are. I think that's what's going on with this car. It's not a normal car. It's you wouldn't drive this. You would not drive this car. It's like it is. It's like you have the wheels underneath, but as you turn the steering wheel, the car just does this shit. So you're going in a circle and you're like, what the fuck's going on? While the wheels slowly start to turn you. So you're looking completely around, like, because you're going around, but you're trying to go straight and you have the wheel. And I don't know how you turn one from the other. So I get on the highway. I've got it lined up to where I can get out on the highway. And then I need to go. And I can only see through this little slit. And I got to hit the bridge. Now, the bridge, you could drive off to one side or the other and you would be in the bio. Or you could fly off the bridge. You just break through the little concrete barricade, fly into the bridge and have the dream my brother had. My brother had that dream where like he was driving by it and he got scared because he doesn't drive. I don't know. Somebody was driving obviously for him. He was telling me the story. He's driving and they go off into the fucking bio, which is an extreme. Why do you keep getting? They wait till I make a video to start sending me notifications. That's inappropriate. That's just disruptive. How you gonna bring? You're gonna drop down your thing while I'm making the fucking video? What the fuck's wrong with you, Snapchat? This is why I don't have the cowboy hat on. Fuck you, Snapchat. I'm not gonna get rid of it yet though, because I'm talking to my friend Melissa in Houston. That's the only way to anchor to be in Houston. I'm not fucking feeling it today. I'm starving. I don't want to fucking do shit. I don't want to do nothing. I'm supposed to get a hold of this fucking job that's supposed to whatever, and I can't do that during the daytime because I ain't got no fucking. I can't use the fucking it's reduced down to whatever, because I have it set up to Wi-Fi here. I have to pay the guy because he's late in the bill, and he should already pay it to where they've called me. So I don't see him doing his stuff. So I might end up with the wager will be, if he just doesn't do it, then I guess I get some computers. I don't think that's what he's trying to do, but I know he's in a money crunch. I don't know. Nobody wants to fucking talk and communicate shit. You can ask questions to people, you can let them know what you want to do, but they either don't answer you, or act like they didn't hear you, or some other bullshit, or they don't call you back. You know, nobody wants to answer shit. If you could answer, you could say you don't know. Nobody wants to fucking do that. I'm not the only motherfucker who would be like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So I don't know. I don't know. I always thought that was Mercury retrograde, which doesn't start yet. It starts in 2 days. But that's a feature of Mercury retrograde you may experience. I experience it all the time. And then people tell me I'm not communicating well or some bullshit. I ain't fucking hearing that shit. You didn't even try to communicate. If you don't try to communicate or respond, and you can tell me I have a fucking problem communicating, well then you're my problem communicating. All that assume. You don't send a message to not send a message, is what I'm saying. If you send a message, then fucking the only people I don't respond to are the spam people. And I can't only get half of those fucking phone calls filtered. I got a fucking call my phone rang at like 4 in the morning. Somebody's calling it, and it's a 912 area code, which I don't know what the fuck that is. Every one of these calls that has made it through is all the same call. It's the newest form of the robot, where they actually have a recording of a person saying something, and then it cuts to the robot. I mean, it's pathetic. It really is. It's always the same thing. Then it asks me to, well, you want to sign up for the healthcare? You're supposed to get healthcare. No, you're not. You don't have healthcare in America. You go to the fucking ER. If you get cut and you're bleeding out, you go to the ER. Be a good person and pay that bill. Like my bank calls me. This is the chicken shit. This is the chicken shit of this reality. The bank that I opened, I put $25 in it. They've whittled it away because that was like in July or June to do this stuff with this guy. I had to reopen it and pay from the last one, where their fee ends up, like, I never overdrafted any money. They're calling it an overdraft. When they charge me, they're calling it overdraft. Like I've overdrafted them, which I haven't. This is the chicken shit word games the other side plays in politics. So, no one's going to say anything about that. Like, oh, that's fucked up. Most people will be like, oh, that's fucked up. But they won't say that. You won't hear that. You won't hear that at all. Because that's the basis of the change the language game that most of the fake ass people in the world are playing by. And they're mad. And they want to kill people. And they want people to die. And they want to celebrate it. Because it's a lot easier just to have that go away than to just, it's chicken shit. Like I said, it's chicken shit. It's rooted in nothing. It's rooted in bullshit. So first it was $3, and now they're accumulating a negative fee. I was like, well, then close the account. Well, we just want to let you know we're gonna not close it for 60 days. I'm like, well, then if you have a $60 fee, what are you trying to say? Why don't you just close it now? I was like, that's you. If you look on there, there's no activity. I didn't do anything but put the money in. That's it. I never used it. I never got to do shit at all. Not a single thing. So they can't. I hung up on the guy because he's just trying to tell me a loop. Basically, he's trying to say, well, we're going to balloon that up so we can have a negative. And I'm like, isn't that how all the real money's created? Isn't that how we're creating money? You're not going to be able to outweigh it against me. We'll have to report it to this. Well, do whatever you want to do. Do whatever you want to do, you piece of shit. You got up and you got dressed to come to work to make this phone call. This is what you did today. This is what you did. Then I hung up on him. So maybe he could do something real. Maybe he could build something. I don't know. So no, I'm not happy. The criteria that I need to go forward is I don't have it. I don't. So in my mind, I'm not. I'm already out. I'm checked out. I'm checked out. It's just the way it is. So I get on the road and I make it across the bridge in the dream, but I couldn't see what was going on because the car's doing this, going on the four wheels. The gas pedal slowly brings it to speed, and it'll be going, but you're still turning in a circle. And you only have this little narrow slit where you're looking through. So I'm seeing the road, the water, the grass, the road, the water, the grass, And I have been in this before because I had a friend of mine. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. We're going down one of these roads down here. Oh, there. It's that way. And it's a little slick outside. And he's driving too fast. And I'm like, dude, what are you fucking idiot? Because he's a redneck, you know? But he's also my boy. Because I gave him his occult training when he was younger. When I was 25. This is the branching off time. This is when I had the highest impact to the others I possibly could. Probably more than I should. And we're in a spin like that where I see grass, dirt, road, grass, dirt, road, and he goes off the road and he Thor's hammers his truck into this brick wall, explodes the wall. I mean, this fucking wall blew in. His truck slides into the ditch. It's out of whack, and he goes to jail. He goes to jail because he's the driver. I had to call Don, who came and rescued me because he answered the phone. He answered the phone. And I got the welding machine out for him because his truck was being impounded. That's all I remember. That's all I remember. And I remember telling him, hey, he got out and he had his truck in the future. So it wasn't the last day of work. We did end up working out there again. And this job we were doing at the Army base, at the fucking San Antonio, that's where we were working. The guy never paid us until the very end. Like we didn't actually get the money from. He wouldn't give us any of the fucking money until like Christmas Eve, and we had to go like with weapons to where he was to extract the money from him because he wasn't going to do it, but we did get the money. That was one of the things I imparted upon my brother. So we went. We did get the money, but like we had worked for like over a month and hadn't got no money, and we're having to go to San Antonio. So I don't even know how we had money from before that we were having to dissolve to get to go to this situation where we were getting fucked again. And when I came back from Houston, but I went to a staffing agency and I tried to, and they told me I didn't pass the background check. I was like, what do you mean? I don't have anything on my record that is fucked up. Well, we can't tell you. I was like, you can't tell me. I'm like, what? And then I came back here and I went to work right at the Army base. So what the fuck is that? You can have clearance because I had clearance. I had a little badge. I had got it because I worked there at another company within 5 years. I was working there at a helicopter school where I threw. I have a Samsonite briefcase I put my tools in, and I threw it out the window. It's just a block building. There's nothing in it yet. It's just concrete. On the third floor, there's a big opening because the window's not in there yet. There's nobody down there. It's just the field. There's nobody down there. And I throw it out there to see if it stayed in together. And it does. It did. It didn't. I don't know about a gorilla jumping on the Samsonite box because I didn't have access to a gorilla, but I had access to a third floor open window. And I threw it out that to test it. And it stayed closed. It still functions great to this day. To this day. I have it. It's the murder kit. I call it the murder kit. It's a Samsonite briefcase. You can put tools in. It's nice. It's good. You should get one. Murder kit. Anyway, I had some exclusive tools that I made myself, like this nickel stick. It's got a very powerful magnet on the end of a cane, a walking cane. It used to be on the end of my sheet metal hammer. Somewhere in the world is still a sheet metal hammer that has this badass the magnet was like this. It looked like this, but it like minus this part. It was this much square. One of those neodymium silver mount magnets, and it had a countersunk hole where I drilled and put a screw, a flat surface screw, into the base of the sheet metal hammer with the magnet like this, and you could click it onto the beams, and it would stay there. So it was handy. It was like handy, and you could put it in the bucket of screws, and the ball of screws it would be like this, and then you would just break it loose and put those in your pouch. So you got all your screws. It made you work so much faster. There was very few instances where that hammer like got me in a bind where I couldn't do something with it because it would like grab the fucking hang. Like if you're trying to get and do a little tippy tappy hammer type of maneuver, that sometimes has to happen. I was trying to do that yesterday to get a board to come up, and it was fucking just ridiculous because I didn't have any way to swing. No way to swing, no way to do shit. You want to try to wedge it, but you couldn't even do that. It was just, I was like, is this necessary? Is this necessary? So the car that rotates goes in a circle. You can bring to the gas, and it'll start going. Then you want to let off the gas because it's still going to be going for a while. And if you got to stop, you had to stop. You had to put the brake down, and then it would just reverse it wouldn't stop you. Is the thing. And you could drive, but you had to be able to plot your road. You had to be able to look forward and then do your pedals because you're going to have to negotiate. It was like, but you could drive. That's the thing. It was totally impractical. And the whole dream condensed to that because it's been so many different versions of the vehicle. I've had vehicles that like the fucking door was out there. It was so fucking wide, and and you try to drive, you can't get onto the road you can't even get out the gate. The car's fucking 40 feet wide and it's 6 feet long. It doesn't make any sense. Like that plane it's just a wing with the propellers. It's just ridiculous, to try to have that on the roadway. But this one, it fit on the roadway, but it was just like, you've got the wheels and the car was just rotating, along that. And I don't even know if you could do anything about that. It made you feel like you were like bumping. It was very disorienting. The only way you would want a car like that is if you wanted to die or there was nobody on the fucking roads at all. There's no way this car made no sense. But in a way it did make sense because it was a metaphor for life. Because like he's like you still got to look all the way around you. You're always looking all the way around you. But you were never able to align yourself to where your momentum was. It didn't allow that. It's like your band was fucking like how we're all narrow banded. We only see certain things. Yeah, I'm up. Alarm, I'm up. My body's a better alarm than that. Anyway, that's what I have. I made another video about this, but I canceled it. I canceled it. Yesterday included a jumping spider, a praying mantis. Had a moment with a praying mantis. Had it in my hands. It jumped into my hand. Then it jumped out and flapped its little bullshit wings it has on its ass. And then it went about its business. The spider came in and he jumped off my arm and he went about his business. So he's in here. That one's so small. And they're already in here. The little chipping spider. So it's not a death sentence to come in here. Okay. And although I don't know about the cat getting the previous mantis, well, I don't know. I brought 3 in. I usually have. I don't know what's the deal with the mantises. The first one I had, I took to the convention. I took it with me to the horror convention they had here when my brother came. I had it on a string. I just super glued the string onto him, and he would walk. I know it's ridiculous, but this did occur. This occurs. It happened. I've had a painted turtle a couple times where I paint their shell and release them back into the wild. I paint it like it's a race car. I put a number 5 on it. Speedy. Speed racer. Get it? That's not funny. That's not funny. Anyway, so this mantis that was last in here, he liked to come to this spot right here, and he would be upside down. So he would be looking at me in this spot on the ceiling, upside down. And he did go back in the room, and I stepped on him. I don't know. It was a horrible thing. It was. I'm sorry, Mantis. I'm sorry. I didn't see you. The last I saw you, you were up here. What were you doing on the floor? That could be the one the cat had, but there shouldn't be any other ones. Like he stayed on the ceiling so he didn't get cat eaten. And at the time, it probably would have been safe on my floor in my room, but it wasn't. It wasn't safe because he didn't communicate. He didn't tell me he was going to be doing that. I didn't know. He looked at me. Maybe he tried to. He was doing his little hands and shit, so he was probably telling me something. And the other 2 went outside. At a certain point in time, I grabbed them again and I took them outside so they didn't get fucking killed. Because the idea was not to kill the mantis. It was to spend time and communicate with the highly evolved creature called mantis.